Founded in 1933 as a part of Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, the Civilian Conservation Corps was a public service organization that focused on the conservation of environmental resources in the United States during the Great Depression. In the 9-year lifetime from 1933 to 1942, the CCC enrolled 2.5 million young men who planted 2.3 billion trees on 2.5 million acres of desolate land. They developed 800 state parks around the country, along with 10,000 water reservoirs stocked with 1 million fish, constructed 46,000 bridges, made 68,000 miles of fire breaks along with 3,000 fire lookout towers, dozens of visitor centers, and more than 200 museums, interpretive centers, and park lodges. The men ages 18 to 24 were paid $30 per month, of which about $25 were sent home to the families. The enrollees lived in one of the 3,000 nationwide camps run by the U.S. Army, completing projects mainly regarding erosion control and soil conservation, as changes to the landscape blew away topsoil across many areas of the United States. In reaction, the CCC planted over 2 billion trees in order to add support to the barren soil, saving thousands of farmers and tons of topsoil from the turmoil of the Dust Bowl. Believing strongly in the conservation and protection of natural resources, Roosevelt's CCC greatly improved resource conservation in the United States through the reestablishment of the most important resources such as soils and forests. In addition, the establishment of amenities in the land such as state parks, museums, and visitor centers increased respect for land management by a larger class of Americans. Parks experienced aesthetic transformations, including the development of lodges, interpretive centers, picnicking areas, hiking trails, cabins, and restrooms. Such attractions promoted recreation by Americans around the country while protecting most of the natural environment within the parks, providing Americans with the ability to enjoy areas full of natural ecosystems, influencing American respect for environmental conservation. The education received from the work in the field regarding conservation was proclaimed by FDR to be a centrality in the history of environmentalism. As a result, enrollees continued their lives in the field of resource management and conservation as the young men flocked to jobs in the forestry department and universities, passing education to new generations. The enhancement of the land in the U.S. as a result of the CCC has continued throughout the years, with accomplishments still enjoyed by the nation today. As a result of the honest hard work carried out by the millions of young men from 1933 to 1942, the Civilian Conservation Corps achieved great success in the improvement of the land through resource conservation, the establishment of recreational areas providing access to nature for all Americans, and the education of an entire generation regarding the importance of environmental protection that has resulted in the education of further generations and the improvement of environmental conservation in the United States, starting in the Great Depression.